only on SABC2.
Well, you're watching Morning Live on SABC2. Good morning to you. Now, owning an electric car in South Africa is a reality in the very near future, or will be a reality. South Africa is not on the map yet, but that is all set to change. Vehicle manufacturers will start selling their electrical offerings very soon. The newly established Uyilo E-Mobility Center at the NMMU, the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University of PE, will also strive to put a program together that will see South Africa accelerate its knowledge of the electrical vehicle industry. So, let's take a look.
Owning an electrical car is not something most motorists and commuters think of yet. This is expected to change as the number of electrical cars on our roads increase. A few electrically driven cars from manufacturers and some private enterprise prototypes hit the streets of Port Elizabeth this week and created quite a buzz.
They save us from the petrol. They save us because it's going up everything.
It's long overdue. You see, with the global warming, too much carbon emissions, you see. They are getting trapped in the atmosphere.
Very excited. It's about time that we change from fuel to other alternatives.
I think if you can make 7-seater and 15-seaters for us, it will be much better.
Electric cars have also evolved. They look no different from what we see on the roads today, and that is part of the appeal.
I saw them there by the internet. Also, I didn't know I'm going to see them with my eyes.
I think they are very nice, and one day, when I have money, I would love to own one.
This is a very unique car, and I like it. The most important on this car is that it's going on electricity. No waste of petrol.
Yo, it's so perfect, man. I would love to have it, man. I've never seen a car like this.
Driving one is no different to driving a car with an automatic gearbox. It has a key, stop-start button, and everything else you will find in a modern car. But it is silent in operation. Something to get used to. This particular electric car which I'm driving now makes 125 kilowatts or 220 newton meters of torque. And with this car at the legal limit at the highway, which is 120 kilometers an hour, you'll be able to travel a distance of 120 kilometers before you would need to recharge the batteries. The average electrical car is able to cover between 120 and 160 kilometers on a full charge.
There's zero emission, zero noise, no petrol, no exhaust. So it's basically running off the grid. It's a normal vehicle but off the grid. So in that way customers can save because the running cost of this vehicle compared to a normal ICE vehicle is 10% of that. So it is quite cheap. To run this car is very cheap compared to a normal car. The infrastructure to support the use of electrical vehicles is not in place yet, and that is where the e-mobility center comes into play. By combining all the knowledge and skills in this field, this infrastructure will be developed together with advancing new energy storing technologies, micrometering technologies, and the ICT technologies behind it. The development of renewable energy sources to power the charging stations is also a priority. But it is early days yet.
We are calling on entrepreneurs, we are calling on researchers and innovators who have technologies that we can incubate, support the introduction into such an industry. At the same time, the know-how and the skills that we are building, we might be able to actually come up with a 100% South African built, perhaps off-highway vehicle, not necessarily passenger vehicles, because these are very complicated to meet the specs of a user.
This is also the opportunity for local companies to show what they have already achieved. South Africa is known for its ingenuity, as this locally produced electrical car show. It might not be as upmarket as the vehicle manufacturer's offering, but it is a fully fledged electrical car.
The technology is used in standby power, in the cell phone industry, in the mining industry. The technology is there, it's just not advertised, I think. So bringing the publicity that we can get out of this must help the group, must help the people. And I think other people must come out of their shells and demonstrate their creativeness, and I think we can get it all together. Yeah.
The established e-mobility centre at the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan University will open many doors into a new world of transport.
The university is really a place for experimentation in new technological innovations. You see, we live in a threshold age where we are trying to transcend the limitations of 20th century transportation technologies and embrace more renewable forms of transport.
If we can be able to establish this successfully, it will be the first platform on this continent. It will serve as the middle between East and West. So Asian countries like Japan that are manufacturing cars, and this city, which is the car manufacturing city, can really become a global city. And I can see us also being able to service the rest of the continent from this window.
It is expected that 10% of the world's vehicles will be powered by alternative energy sources by 2020. Yuri Blichnout, SABC News, Port Elizabeth.
Did you know that as many as 40 million South Africans don't have medical protection? Are you one of them? Have you ever thought about the real costs of a lengthy hospital stay? Or who will replace your lost income? How will you manage to cover your expenses? The Prime Hospital Plan from Prime Meridian Direct takes care of the unexpected, while you take care of the important task of getting better. From as little as R3 a day, the Prime Hospital Plan will cover